Hey, Steven, what's the name of that Disney Channel show that's got like a weird platypus in it and like two kids?
Oh
Oh,
no.
are you talking about Phineas and Ferb?
Nah, dude. I'm talking about Phineas and Herb.
He did it. God damn it.
Is
That was
is
a
that
big
what weed?
hit.
Dude, is that what weed sounds like?
Yeah,
Did I do a good
probably.
job?
I don't know.
Welcome to the 420 special of Astro Point, everybody. My name is Dr. Dre, and with me, as always, are my co-hosts Snoop Dogg. Say hi, Snoop Dogg.
Yee.
And Nate Dogg. Say hi, Nate Dogg.
Smoke weed every day.
Damn, dude, I can't believe you got Nate Dogg. If I would have known Nate Dogg was coming up, I would have waited for Nate Dogg.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
disrespect to Snoop, but damn.
Rest in peace, Nate Dogg.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's smoking weed every day somewhere.
We can only hope.
God. This episode, man.
So, Vin, fill him in on what's going on.
Well, it's we're fucking weed, dude.
Yeah, yeah, that was eloquently put.
Stellar.
We're all big weed heads. Clearly, if we know what we're talking about here.
If anybody
Well,
wants
so,
to know what this episode's about, fucking weed.
So we
dude.
felt like we were
Yeah.
the appropriate source for some weed.
Of course. The three of us, none of us smoke weed. But we just think that the subject of weed is so funny to us for whatever reason that we're into it, dude.
Oh yeah, we're in the culture.
So we just thought on 420 of all days we should dedicate an episode of our podcast to
Something we know
this-
absolutely
this-
nothing about.
This
Yes.
might be a mess. It might last like 10 minutes. But we had to do it.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Vin was referred to as the Cheech Marin of our high school, so
Oh,
Whose
right.
authority?
mine.
Yeah, like in the yearbook.
Right now.
It was like, most like Cheech Marin.
Most like Cheech Marin.
Oh man.
Does that make you Chong?
Yeah, absolutely. but people called me Chong like without context of Cheech. It was just like
Yeah.
gibberish talk.
Yeah, I
Well, and then
remember that.
and then of course Steven was Chum Lee.
You can't win them all, Cheeb. You can be Nate Dogg in one scenario and Chung Lee in another.
Cheech, Chong, and Chum Lee.
Oh, man.
That is the
That was the
Holy
trio,
Trinity. Yeah.
I assure everyone there's no like plot twist that we're all actually high right now, even though it might seem like that. That's not the case.
It's just early in the morning.
Yeah.
Feeling a little delirious.
Oh man, we're almost coming up at the 420 mark
Four-
in the actual
Oh.
episode.
Oh man.
That-
I
Maybe
think
we should start flashing, or like I'll get some smoke effects to like start to dissipate on the screen once it hits 420.
hey, smoke weed every day.
That was good.
Thanks, dude.
You should have paused for like 7 seconds longer, but
Yeah. It's okay.
who's hitting it
So-
right now?
Yeah, Vin's hitting that
420.
bong real quick.
All right, go ahead, Reed.
So basically, the episode, in short, we're gonna be talking about all things related to weed, probably. You guys know we get on tangents all the time, but we came up with a couple of little topics to give our opinions on, like what's our favorite weed movie, or who do you think gets the most business from high people? So I mean, you guys know what's about to go down. It'll be a good time. So do we want to talk about what we've been doing in the past couple weeks, or do you guys just want to get right into it?
We can do that. Let's do like a little catch up at the end of the episode, maybe.
Sure. All right, well, let's get into it. Which one you want to talk about first, guys? I know Vin was about to have a heated conversation with me about who gets the most high people at their business, but
Sure, let's talk about that.
Oh
then.
yeah.
oh, let's fucking get into it. So this is the true debate, and maybe we can have the audience get involved with this one. Who gets more high people, Taco Bell or Jack in the Box? Go.
I'm saying it's got to be Jack in the Box.
Absolutely not.
150% Jack in the Box. You got the drive-through open 24 hours.
Yep.
You know what time you smoking
That's
weed
true.
at? 4:20 a.m. Right. So
Maybe.
and
Or
then
maybe you're asleep because you smoked too much weed earlier in the day.
and they've
nap
got
time.
no, dude. They got those late night specials after 9 p.m. You go down to Jack in the Box, Jack in the Crack, get yourself a munchie meal, dude. You've got 4 different options for that munchie meal. That's $6. You get an entree. You get both kinds of fries, curly and regular, and you get 2 tacos and a drink, dude. If you're high, that's where you're going.
Damn, I think I'm just out of touch from Jack in the Box.
Well,
I totally forgot that they literally had a fucking munchie box, which is exactly tailoring to their weed population.
but then
There you go,
again,
dude.
Taco Bell has also like advertised specifically for their weed audience.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they had I don't know if the 4th meal is considered that, but I remember a couple years ago when like the advertising, like the tone of it was it wasn't subtle in who they were catering to. I don't know if you guys
Right.
remember that.
Well, I mean, neither has Jack in the Box. Like when they brought the tacos down to like 90 cents or whatever they are. Remember?
Oh yeah, they had the dudes rolling up in the car ordering like 100 fucking tacos.
Yeah, he was super high, and like Jack in the Box, like Jack was like on his dashboard being like, "How many should I?" He was like, "How many should I order?" And I think Jack was like, 100, dude. 420.
That's kind of fucked up. Like, it's basically that commercial right there is saying the corporation is aware that they're manipulating all of their high customers and just being like, fucking order $100 worth of tacos, motherfucker. I dare you.
Speaking of
I double dare you.
Speaking of companies, it's funny that you bring this up. My least favorite ad that I get while I'm listening to Spotify is this one. I don't know if you guys have heard it. It's from Taco Bell, and it's
Oh, maybe.
it's like the concept of the commercial. They have it in different variations, but it's like, oh, are you gonna eat your shitty cooking tonight?
Oh, yeah.
It's like they insult your cooking, and then they're like, just come to fucking Taco Bell instead. It's like, are you serious? Like, I don't even fuck with Taco Bell. Like, I haven't eaten it in years, but I was like, fuck you. I'm not going to your business. Like, you're not going to insult my cooking and then have me eat your garbage food and, like, just to try to make me feel better about myself.
How many people has that worked on? Them
None.
listening to that and they're cooking and you're like, you know what? You're right. Fuck this shit. I'm going to
I
Taco Bell.
love the concept of it, like actually being verbatim what Steven said.
Just-
Well, that's what it
Like-
feels like. It's not very
no,
subtle.
no music or anything. Just, hey, what are you gonna eat your fucking shitty cooking again? Just come to fucking Taco Bell, you narc.
Because it feels like with most
What are you, a
places,
pussy?
like I guess in a way it is kind of smart because obviously the appeal of fast food is just like I feel like KFC utilizes this a lot. It's like, oh, like, are you running late? Like, need to pick up the kids some food, get a giant bucket of our garbage chicken. You know what I mean? But Taco Bell, it's just like, it's not even the
You should be in marketing, dude.
I know.
Yeah, it's not that the fact that you don't have time. It's just everything that you have ever created is garbage, and you should just eat
Yeah.
Taco Bell.
So I think when it comes
Get
to
a
this
bucket
question,
of our garbage chicken.
something Frank and Charlie would eat.
yeah,
But no, I like
cat food.
The garbage chicken, Charlie.
So I think on that merit alone, I have to go with Jack in the Box because I feel like, although, yeah, I feel like they kind of walk the line too when it comes to some of their advertising, but I feel like for the most part, I'm not insulted when I watch their commercials. But then again, is Taco Bell is their drive-thru open 24 hours?
Mine isn't.
I don't believe so.
No.
But there are some. Like there's one in on 40th and Fruitvale, that Taco Bell in Yakima.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure that one's open 24/7.
Got it. Okay. So I think, yeah.
So it just depends on the establishment.
Yeah, but Jack in the Box is kind of universal, right? That they're 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they got to win the debate strictly off that they can serve you at any real, because everybody knows any hour is #weed hour. So
Probably.
So it's like it makes more sense for it to be Jack in the Box. But I mean, then again, Taco Bell has more deals. I feel like, you can buy their 50 cent, or it's not 50 cents, but whatever the fuck they charge for their food.
I went to Taco Bell
We're really in touch.
about a month ago.
Yeah.
And I don't do Taco Bell. It's rare that I go to Taco Bell. And it's not so rare I go to Jack in the Box, unfortunately. It should be. I'm gonna make
Exact
it be.
opposite for me.
But I went to Taco Bell because I saw a commercial for their garbage tacos. It was the loaded something or another. It's like folded. It's like in the shape of a stop sign. It's an octagon.
Oh, the triple double crunch
Yeah,
wrap.
yeah. And so I was like, I want one of those and a Doritos Locos taco. And so I roll up and I order that, and then I pull forward and I think my total was like $6, but for $5 they have a deal where you get that.
Yeah, it's a $5 box. Yeah.
And 2 Doritos Locos tacos as well as a drink. And I was like, why didn't he fucking offer me that?
That was his fault. And, I've definitely had people change my order because of that. So
I was like, God damn it. Anyway,
that's not Taco Bell's fault.
I wasn't happy with my food anyway. It was garbage. It was real shitty.
Did you get the spicy one or the normal one?
I got the normal one, but
the spicy one's better.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. I put hot sauce on it because I was like, this sucks. That didn't help it too much. But
it's got jalapenos.
However, Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box is always there for me with the munchie meal because I get off work pretty late sometimes. Like sometimes I'm coming home at like 1 a.m, and my tummy's got the rumblies, and I'm like, where the hell's open? And it's right on my way home, just Jack in the Box right there, right off the freeway exit, and it's like, all right, we're doing it. Well, and then it's not that smart though, because every time I order it, and I'm like, this smells so good, and then I eat it, and I'm like, oh. This wasn't a good idea.
But then again, that's kind of all fast food, right? It's like, oh, I'm so hungry, and then you take a bite, you're like, oh, yes. And then, after 2 bites, you're like, okay, I get it. And then by the end, you're like,
Yeah. The place that I feel the least with that is Wendy's.
Really?
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like, because Wendy's is there for me pretty often, too. Like, if I got a day off and I don't really want to cook, I go and I get the 4 for $4 at Wendy's.
Yeah, because your cooking's garbage anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's why I go to Taco Bell.
Right.
Dude, Ryan, what did we learn from this Taco Bell ad? You don't insult someone's cooking.
Oh, I thought it was the opposite.
Oh.
Come on, man. But
I'm sorry.
We're still learning here.
Right.
Yeah. Social cues.
But I don't know. It just depends on what you get at each place. For example, Ryan and I had a for quite a while, for a couple years, basically. We were pretty religiously going to Jack in the Box and getting the meat lovers burrito, the Rito. Sorry, if anyone that's hip to the slang, a burrito is a Rito.
Absolutely.
And they were good, they're a solid. We'd get them whenever we were traveling together. We'd hit the road early. We'd go get a Rito. It was all good, and then you find out that they're over 1,000 calories, and you're like,
well, glad I ate half of my daily limit and one rolled up
1,000
Burrito.
calories.
Yeah,
dude?
man, they're just over 1,000 calories, I think.
Wow. I don't want to know what I get. I don't want to know the calorie intake.
Yeah, Jack in the Box doesn't hold back. They literally
No.
are just dumping calories into everything that they...
Ignorance is bliss when it comes to fast food, for sure.
Yo, homework for this episode of the podcast, figure out the calorie amount in the chicken tater melt munchie meal, because that's literally like the only thing I get there.
Damn. But don't tell Vin.
Well, yeah, I mean, sure.
If it's too shocking of a number, don't tell him.
Tell my mother. Get a hold of my mother and let her know to call me and tell me that I should not eat a Jack in the Box anymore.
It seems like an invasion of privacy, but I respect it.
Yeah. You asked for it.
Speaking of, fast food and weed.
Awful fast food.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to go into our hot dog story, but...
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, shit. Well, yikes. I don't know where to start with this one. So, when me and Steven were living together, we somehow made the transition from Jack in the Box to Burger King when they introduced the hot dog into their lineup.
Darkest timeline, I would say.
Yeah.
It's funny because we made jokes about getting the hot dogs for like months, but we had still never had one.
Well, and I will say, not to interrupt you, but the premise of the joke, or like the reason why we thought it was funny, is because they did all this promotion for it. Like, there was a Snapchat filter for when BK offered grilled dogs, which was just like, it was so funny and stupid that like they would go out of their way to make a Snapchat filter to try and promote, and maybe it worked on us, but like, so there was a sense of like irony of like, haha, like this is so stupid, like why are they trying to promote it this way? And
I mean, we were promoting it for them.
Right, and then the joke is like, because the filter was, I think it said when you find out BK has grilled dogs, like it was some monumentous like thing.
That's all we said, just over and over.
Because we would just send that to each other with like the thinking emoji.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Like it's some life-changing event. So then the joke is that Ryan and I were onto it late. So then like once the filter went away and once they stopped like promoting everywhere for it, then we would
like a month later.
Yeah. Then we kept posting like on our story like when you find out BK has grilled dogs. So like we're late to the party, but
they've had grilled dogs for like 3 months now.
Yeah. Yeah. So then from there on out, we would
Oh, and then they had that one promo as well where it was like, get your BK grilled dogs for, I don't know, 50 cents or $1 or whatever.
Oh,
Please
yeah.
buy our hot dog.
Yeah. And then, like, weeks later, after the promotion's done, we're talking about the promotion. We're late to the party again.
Yeah, so, I mean, the joke is that, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain the joke now. It's like, why did we went a few times just for the sake of, like, we could post pictures and videos of us with these hot dogs because it was funny. Like,
it really goes to show where our humor is at.
Yeah.
That we think posing with a hot dog.
I will say though,
are you sure we're not high all the goddamn time?
No, that sounds like a real bad high story. But then again, people were hyped when they introduced the black bun. You guys remember that?
My Lord.
That was like a phenomenon. So maybe it was like a joke on that like.
Was there hype with that, or were people?
They were sold out. They were sold out.
They sold out everywhere in Spokane.
Wow.
I think that was nationwide, right? It was like hard to get them.
Yeah, I know for Spokane it was like completely wiped out.
So I think maybe that was the joke too, because this was around the same time. It's just that like you can somehow get manipulated to be hyped about something that is so. It's awful for you, and like there's no real purpose of being excited about it. So I don't know.
See, Jack in the Box and Taco Bell are fighting for the weed population. Burger King's like, we're just trying to make our shit look as gross as possible and see if people still want
God.
it.
Every like 5 years, Burger King comes around and fucks up with an ad though. Like probably 4 or 5 years ago, they had Mary J. Blige like on top of a counter. There was this commercial where she was singing about fried chicken. I'm pretty sure about how much she loves the chicken at Burger King, and people were like, "This is really like." Why did this happen? And then recently they had that ad that would prompt your what's the Amazon like Alexa thing?
Yeah.
it would prompt that, and it's like, what is the Burger King Whopper or something? And then people were changing the Wikipedia article because that's what it brings up, and it's like the Burger King Whopper is made out of like buns, children. Like people kept changing it, so then they had to pull the ad, or like I think Amazon stopped it from being triggered every time the commercial would play. So every few years, Burger King is just like, oh, our sales aren't doing so good, we got to fuck up some more.
Remember that time when the Shrek movie was coming out and they had green
ketchup?
fucking ketchup?
Oh,
Yeah,
man. We could have a whole podcast about that.
Well, because when they did that, Heinz did like multicolored ketchup. Like they came out with purple ketchup, purple ketchup.
Dude, it's like the 1-year anniversary of Prince's death, and you're going to disrespect them with purple ketchup?
Dude, there's no disrespect to Prince. Jeez.
Sorry, keep going.
Has it been a year?
Yeah, like just, I think yesterday, the day before, something like that.
Yikes.
Rest in peace. Keep going, Ben.
God, that screwed me up. Sorry.
Green ketchup.
Yeah. So, because we were kids at the time, my sister and I, and we were like, we got to get that. Mom, we need that. And I remember my mom made homemade ribs, like she made like the barbecue sauce and everything to put on them, but we didn't have regular colored ketchup. So we had like purple and green ribs. It was disgusting looking.
Yikes. Yeah, that's not very appetizing.
It's a vivid memory of mine that there was just like this like bizarre alien looking meat that was on our table.
I wish we still had access to that so we could like make props like that using different colored ketchups.
Man,
I mean, all you need is food coloring.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the green ketchup that they had was like a neon radioactive looking fucking green.
Dude, that's why that episode of SpongeBob is so brilliant. The Pretty Patties, because it's like, you really don't have to do much to get people excited about eating their food. Like, you just got to change the color of it, and it's like a whole new thing. Like
that was literally just Burger King. They watched that episode and they go, there's a lot to be learned from this.
Took the wrong message.
But no, I feel like, I mean, it's crazy. But you know what? Here's the thing, though. That promotional tool, like, it felt like a really early 2000s thing that Shrek did that. Because I remember they had, like, green-filled Twinkies. But the Minions just did that a couple years back. Like, there was yellow-filled Twinkies for the Minions.
X-Men
did it too.
Yeah.
Yep. With, like, the Mystique-filled Twinkies.
Ryan and I got those. I remember that.
Yep. They were blue raspberry filled.
Yeah.
Fucking gross.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
That wasn't great.
So I guess it's something about being a kid that you're just like attracted to, just colored foods.
Weird colors.
Yeah. So what does that mean for like Cheetos chicken fries?
Oh, okay. That's a whole separate conversation because I think that when the BK joke stopped, like the BK grill joke stopped, is when we tried to transition it over to the Cheetos Burger King collab. And like at first, like
so bad.
Like I will say this: the initial
mac and Cheetos,
the mac and cheese. Oh, that's right. That was separate, right?
That came first, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it went mac and Cheetos into Cheetos chicken fries.
Well, weren't they mac and Cheetos? But it was like, yeah. Okay, no, never mind. So yeah, like we had the mac and Cheetos, and those honestly like weren't that bad.
You eat one and you can't eat anymore,
right?
Because you will
actually, I will say this: every time that I ate them, like Ryan and I would get them, and then I'd feel sick, and then I'd sleep for like 2 hours. So there might have been chloroform in those.
No, it's just
Please
the
don't
Charlie,
advertise that to
the Charlie
to the
idea. You got to eat the cat food to fall asleep.
Oh, that's the perfect equation.
Thing. Just mac and Cheetos.
So
hate yourself, fall asleep for 2 hours.
So essentially, the joke like kind of continue with those, like, oh, like we're so excited about these, it's so funny, and then they introduced the Cheetos chicken fries, which were legitimately really bad, like just tasted like burnt food.
Yeah,
I want to post a link to your review of those.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
on my birthday. I was traveling to Seattle to go to at the airport so I could leave for Disneyland. But on my way, we stopped in Yakima so that I could see Steven for a little bit. And so Steven took me around to a couple of places in Yakima, took me to, a famous burger joint in Yakima. And he's taking me back to my car. And he, takes a wrong turn. And I'm like, what's happening? Where is he taking me?
Uh-oh.
And he swings me into the Burger King drive-thru. And I'm like, good Lord, what is he getting? And he got me a thing of Cheetos chicken fries. He's like, I want you to have these. And so he took me into a parking lot because he wanted me to film a review of them for my Snapchat. And I don't think it ever got saved, unfortunately. But the what do you call it?
The end result?
Yeah. They tasted like gasoline smells to me.
My strange addiction.
Yeah, it was. I don't even think I finished one full Cheetos chicken fry. It was real bad. We dumped them out the window.
Yeah, I would never promote
Way to go,
littering,
Burger King.
but if you got some garbage food like that, you should expect it.
I mean, I think the Cheetos chicken fries were probably eaten by some birds, which is fucked up, but
Just killed.
Those birds probably died.
Wiped
Yeah.
out some birds. Rest in peace.
we should cut this part out.
Come on. Circle of life, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, no. But it still stands. Burger King, that's their motto is, let's see how much gross shit we can make to have people somehow go out and buy.
Yep. So I guess
Beautiful world.
something we talked about as a talking point before is what would in a hypothetical situation, if you were high, what would be your munchy food? What would you go and eat?
Blueberry muffins.
Blueberry muffins, huh?
Hell yeah.
That's not bad.
That sounds like a good one. So go ahead, Vin.
Well, I think I would go for more filling than.
Oh, come on, dude. It's all carbs.
Well, yeah, but I think I would go for a full meal. I think I would want give me some time to think about it.
It's all about dessert, baby. I don't know.
You might be onto something with that. I think I'd probably get like a full. Now that you say that, I think I might get a full apple pie.
Or a cheesecake.
Yeah. Oh my. That's it.
See, that's what I was gonna ask you guys. Is would it be better to do people normally go for sweeter things or just like a burger? What?
Tacos are huge.
Really?
Yeah.
I watched the hit Raja Gosnell 2002 classic Scooby Doo the other night, and there's a scene where Shaggy and Scooby are in the Mystery Machine, and it looks like they're smoking in there. And then it's no, they're barbecuing, dude. And they're making eggplant burgers with, barbecue sauce and, chocolate sauce on them.
Oh,
Yikes.
And I'm wondering if there's any merit to, eating weird... when you're high, are you pregnant? I think that's the question I want to ask.
I don't
What?
think so. I think they either just eat, things that aren't necessarily good for you, either in the sweet category or the greasy category.
I mean, the Scooby
I don't
Doo
know.
movie, the first one, they acknowledge, right? Doesn't Shaggy make some sort of quote about him loving Mary? Isn't there some quote of him
There's
loving Mary Jane or some shit?
That's one of the characters in the movie. Her name is Mary Jane.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're on he meets her on the airplane when they're going to Spooky Island. I love that I freshly watched this movie literally a night ago.
Uh-huh.
So, but,
I think you could have not watched it last night and you still would have this memory of this film.
well, I surprisingly didn't remember it very well. Julie remembered it way better than I did. But they're on their way to Spooky Island, and the girl sits down next to Shaggy, and she's like, "I'm Mary Jane." He's like, "That's my favorite name."
Hold on, was that your Shaggy impression?
No, that was a really bad Shaggy impression. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I know you can do it.
That's my favorite name.
Yeah, that much better.
The missing beetle.
Peace and love.
Dude.
Peace and love.
That was supposed to be like the rapper Shaggy.
Yeah.
What?
I understood.
Okay, thanks, Ryan.
It wasn't good though.
It wasn't good. No, it wasn't.
Damn. Shout out to Shaggy.
Which one?
Come on, the real Shaggy.
Okay.
You better watch your back before you turn into a killer.
Much better.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I got that one. Picked up on that one pretty quick.
To be a true player, got to learn how to play.
Man, you know what? I don't know what I would want if I were high. I will say, shout out to Shin. He introduced me to these. It's been a while since I've had them, but they were like, they're like cake balls, but they're like cherry chip or something like that.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Is that what they were? And like, I've never.
Oh,
I had never
like,
had. Go ahead.
You're talking like the homemade like Pillsbury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had never had a cherry chip cake before, or cherry cake, or anything like that,
Yeah.
and that it changed my life. So good.
Yeah.
So I'd probably,
very good.
I'd probably want those.
That's fair. Not a hot dog?
Dude, I'm over a BK grilled dog. If I'm gonna have any sort of hot dog that I want to fuck me up, Costco hot dog.
Oh, dude, 100%. If I'm high, if I'm not high, Costco hot dog, always.
Just fuck me up, fam.
Put that shit in me.
Man, hey Vin, do you wanna tell the people about your relationship with Costco hot dogs?
You know, hi, my name is Vinny, and I'm a Costco hot dog-aholic. I started eating Costco hot dogs when I was maybe, 7, 8, when my mom would take me to Costco, and I'd always be like, "Can we go to the food court?" They get you when you're young. That's when they start you, yeah. And for $1 you get a hot dog, you get a drink. What more could you ask for, So, we go to Costco maybe like once every 2 months or so, and as I get older, I realize that they sling them in like packs of like 12, so I could get them and have them whenever I want.
Yeah. Can you
And
tell
Can you
tell
well,
the people
that's-
how you eat them?
That's when things got dangerous, dude.
Uh-oh.
Because the safe way to eat a Costco hot dog is from the source at Costco with a bun. Get yourself some onions on there and mustard. But when I started making them myself, I was just it was really not good. It's not safe. I started eating them with no bun.
How would you cook them?
This is really hard for me to say, guys. I would microwave a Costco hot dog and eat it with no bun. And
That's when you know you're at the lowest of your addiction.
And you know how they come in packs of 12. Well, the Costco trips got more frequent for me, and I started eating a Costco hot dog almost every night with no bun, prepared in the microwave.
I mean,
I'm not proud.
I think that's a double-edged sword, because I think at least you're not having as many carbs, with the bread. But at the same time, I think the bread kind of serves as like a grease absorbent.
It's exactly what it is.
And you're just taking all that grease in.
Yeah, I don't wrap the hot dog in a paper towel. I take
I
it
forgot
all.
about that.
See, I would.
Yeah.
I fucking would. Every time. I'm like, nope,
I take all the grease.
absorb that shit, because I do not want that in my body, please.
However, once I got out of high school, I very much so reduced my Costco hot dog intake. I'm proud.
It's probably good.
I'm proud to say that there is a full package of Costco hot dogs in my freezer that have been there for about a month, and I have not touched them.
It's impressive.
Thanks, guys. I've been really working on myself.
You know what's fucked up is, like you were saying, how it starts at an early age. I'm pretty sure you were the first person to show me a fucking Costco hot dog back when we were like 15, 16 years old. Because like all I ever had at Costco was like their pizza, and I'm like, okay, dope, this is good. I mean, same concept, but you can't really bring Costco pizzas back home.
Yeah,
you can with hot dogs, and that's the dangerous point.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know, pizza is referred to as pizza, much like a burrito is referred to as a Rito. So,
I don't know when we developed that slang in particular, but it's definitely established amongst us.
I think shout out to Shin again on that one.
Pizza was because we were one time, Steven, you and I were in the lobby of YVCC, and there was an ad for pizza, and you just pointed to it and went, pizza. And I don't think you meant to say it, and you're I was like, no, we're rolling with that.
Damn. Oh, hey, Vin, I don't know if I told you this. Oh, man, I feel like this might be too much of an inside joke. I saw a homegirl at Walmart a couple weeks ago.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Essentially, the joke there is like when Vin and I went to our community college together, there was this girl who would sit by us in like the commons area, and she was new to our town, and we never picked up her name, and we just referred to her as like homegirl. And she is like, we come from a pretty small town, but her town was much smaller, and like her sense of the funniest thing about her was like her sense of direction was like everything was based around the Walmart. Like we'd ask her like, oh, she's been here to eat or like somewhere else, and she's like, oh, is that close to the Walmart? And so which is even funnier because there's two Walmarts, right?
So we weren't sure which one she was always referring to.
So she was constantly talking about Walmart, and like that was just something, I don't know, that was funny to us. And then hadn't seen her in years, and then the other day I just saw her at Walmart, and it was just
I would have lost it.
Yeah, like I was with Shin while he was in town, and we saw her, and I was like, nope, turn. I was like, I don't know what I'd say to this person. I haven't seen her. I barely knew her to begin with.
Because
never knew her name.
Yeah, she sat with us because she had a class with one of our other friends, and like we asked him what her name was because he never like properly introduced us. She just sort of like started hanging out, and we were all too afraid because we were like, it's too late to ask her name.
Fucked up, but true.
And it was Jen. Jen started calling her homegirl.
Yeah, that's true. My favorite part about homegirl was that like no matter what you said like about anything, it was always, oh, okay. And I still say that to this day.
Yeah.
Still a frequent response I give people.
She was
okay.
She was very nice, but she was just one of those people. She was just a character.
Oh yeah.
So
I love how different my YVC experience was compared to yours.
Yeah.
Like, you guys just made nicknames for every single person you ever met there. And
Father Steve.
Steve.
Like, it was unreal how many people you had nicknames for. And I'm like, you don't even talk to these people.
Yeah.
You're just giving them nicknames.
I think, and I saw a thread on, Ryan, I was talking to you about this not too long ago, but I saw a thread on this on Twitter. It's like, everybody who, for whatever reason, we all develop nicknames for strangers, like on college campuses. Like, at some point or another, I think everybody is like, oh, that's like Father Steve, or like Skateboard Joe, or for example, I don't know,
Soccer Dad.
Wait, who's Soccer Dad?
He lived above us in Pullman.
Oh, Soccer
shit.
Dad.
Soccer
yeah.
Dad.
And the soccer family.
Yeah.
Yep.
It wasn't limited to just the dad. It was the whole family. They were.
Yeah, Soccer Kid 1 and 2.
Oh man.
Damn. Well, we got off on the weed train and got on to somehow this train.
Let's get back on the weed
train.
train.
Got here. I don't know where to go anymore. None of us smoke weed. This is a bad idea.
Hey, no. What about favorite weed movies?
Oh, right. I mean, Pineapple Express obviously is our cultural I guess, representation of weed films, and then Cheech and Chong was our previous generation.
Now hold on, we
Dazed
also
and
got
Confused.
what was that in Kumar? What was that?
Oh yeah,
Harold and Kumar.
Harold and
Yep.
yeah, we got those.
I feel like that's like something my older brother would have enjoyed.
Yeah, definitely.
I was gonna make a comment about that as well when we were talking about what food people want, because those guys are really into White Castle, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But those are like,
We don't
I
have
don't even
any.
know if we. Yeah, I don't think we've got one
No.
in the state of Washington.
There might be
No,
one
not
in
in Washington.
Seattle, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that would basically be the closest place.
Yeah. So I remember
Um,
they served packaged like microwavable burgers you could buy at like Safeway.
Yep, they
Hmm.
still do that.
Gross.
Yeah, I remember
Because
that too.
White Castle is
Sliders,
I think-
right?
yeah, but Crystals is what it is in like the South.
Oh,
So it's White Castle on this side of the U.S. and it's Crystals on the other side.
kind of like
Interesting.
a Ralph's situation, Ralph's
Mm-hmm.
grocery store. Yeah. Funny memory about Pineapple Express is, I watched that movie with my grandma.
Uh-huh.
We rented it from Hollywood Video like right after it came out, and I remember her just like being stunned like the whole time that we were watching it together. It was bizarre. It was a bizarre experience.
I watch that movie like every time it's on TV. I watch that movie. I think it holds up real well. I remember,
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I remember my favorite like there.
Yeah, my favorite scene. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the
Is it when Seth Rogen puts what's his name's head through the wall?
Oh
when
my-
they're fighting.
Yo, I forgot. I have two favorite scenes, and yeah, that's the other one is when he throws Danny McBride through the wall
Yeah.
while he's yelling this and
this is-
throws his fucking head through the wall.
Because like he initially gets hit over the head with a bong, and then
Yeah, no,
that whole fight scene's really funny.
right. That scene, and then when fucking Danny McBride runs over, what's the guy's name? Daryl from The Office. When he
Yeah.
runs him over, and then he tells him, "You just got killed by a Debulanis motherfucker. How do you like me now?" That shit always cracks me up.
Oh, man.
So yeah, if I had to pick a weed movie, that would be mine. I've never really seen the Cheech or Chong movies. Don't know if I have any
Yeah,
sort
me
of
either.
desire to.
But like Pineapple Express is a really interesting premise of a film. It like altogether,
Yeah,
it's pretty unique. I feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
they,
very
they
true.
wrote that like when they were in high school. I'm pretty sure. Like they wrote that movie when they were really young, and then they ended up making it later, which I thought was cool.
Yeah,
That is really cool.
that's impressive.
Yeah.
Getting caught up in the drug ring.
The pause made that everything.
Thank you. It was for dramatic effect.
It
I was like,
it worked.
I was
they
thinking-
did it.
I was thinking spoilers, and I go, no, this film has been out for like 10 years
Yeah, it
now.
gotta be like a decade now.
We also spoiled like 3 other things already. So
Are we the only people who are in this boat of like enjoying weed culture, even though we don't smoke weed?
One of my favorite.
H3H3. I mean, those guys. Or do they actually just smoke weed?
Well, no-
They might just actually
No.
smoke weed.
dude, oh man, you like
Vacation.
you gave me a Vietnam flashback. I had a
Oh,
dream.
yikes.
I had a dream last night that I don't even know what I was doing. I was in like almost like a commons area of like high school or something. But like there's like a bunch of like tables and people were like sitting down, like, you know, how like high school like lunch tables are, how you know you got the bench and the long table. And like it was like a bunch of rows of those, and then like I think it was us 3, we were sitting and eating, and then like Ethan and Hila and like a bunch of like weird people came in like doing like weird stuff for a video, and I was like, holy shit, H3, and he's like, oh no, he knows who I am, can't like do anything to these guys. So they like moved on to like the next table.
Damn.
I don't know why I just told that dream on the podcast. I
All
apologize.
because H3, H3.
We got. I feel like there's a lot of things I want to edit out of this podcast.
I think this whole podcast is a regret. None of us smoke weed. Why are we talking about weed?
I mean
We know nothing.
I think that's the joke in itself, and it's like we're forcing ourselves to talk about something that
we're very passionate about.
I
mean, Creed weed.
My favorite piece of rest in peace to Vine. I feel like Vine dying was such a sad moment, and I don't know. I think there's a lot of cultural things we picked up from Vine that we're not gonna get through some of the social media platforms. But
yeah, it's Wednesday, my dude.
So many good Vines. But one of my favorites is the guy who walks up to the kid. He was at the skate park. He's he looks like a 15, 16-year-old kid, and he walks up to him. He's like, he looks down in his socks, and he's wearing those socks, the Huff ones that have the weed plants all over them, the weed leaves. And the guy's like, "Hey, you smoke weed?" And the kid looks at him and gives him he's dead serious and gives him this real serious nah. He's like, "Yeah, a lot."
Yeah, I remember this.
That's the whole, because it's such a funny I don't know. I think that's what's so funny about. I was just talking to my friend Avery about this. It's I think people, no disrespect to you, if you smoke weed and that's your thing, and that's totally cool. But I think it's just funny how people can they develop these cultural things, or they develop these these little aspects which you think, looking at a person, is such a micro part of them, but then they make it this huge thing about them, whether it's weed or I think as someone who grows a beard and has a beard often, I don't think having a beard makes me special, but there's a whole group of people that think that get together, there's beard groups, guys.
Yeah, there's beard clubs.
There's beard clubs, and just there's this weird fascination with it, and I think that's really interesting that people, again, that this is such a small part of me. I grow a beard just because to hide my ugly face, and for people to make it a whole such a big part of them is really interesting to me. So I think it goes back to wearing pot leaves on your socks just to show people that you smoke weed in your free time. It's really? I don't know.
420 friendly, baby.
420 friendly. Oh yeah, my favorite, next to back when I was single on Tinder, my favorite, absolute favorite Tinder bios to see were, "Let's go on an adventure together," because you went up to the mountains just to take a picture for Tinder to show that you're adventurous. Which maybe that's just our area of being in the Pacific Northwest. But I don't know. I think that's really funny. And I was just talking to my girlfriend Marie about this, that there's this fascination now, and they romanticize being outside and exploring and hiking, and that's great. More power to you. But I don't know. We just live in this weird period where it's it's I don't know. Do you?
I get what you're saying.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's
oh hell yeah.
Again, no disrespect to you if you enjoy hiking, that's cool, but this let's go on an adventure, let's get away together. I just want to live up in the mountains.
You, Cheap. I enjoy adventures.
Yeah. No, I mean,
what, you don't? You narc?
No, absolutely go on an adventure, but let's get lost up in the mountains. Motherfucker, you will die. Don't do that.
Let's get eaten by wolves.
Let's starve. Have you not seen Into the Wild?
Let's find a bear.
Have you not seen 27 Hours?
I really want to make a short film about this now. A good comedy short of us
somebody finding someone on Tinder and
wanting to go up
and literally not knowing anything about them and then getting lost in the woods with them. That's a pretty funny concept.
Dying, starving to death.
Yeah.
Man, we got to make that.
A lot of really good jump cuts, and it just gets very intense very quickly.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry, not to go off on a tangent there.
It's fine. We're talking about weed.
I mean, yeah, well, one of my favorites was DTSAB. And for the longest time, I was like, what the hell? What does that mean?
the fuck does that mean? I still don't know what that means.
And I think I asked a girl one time, or maybe like somebody had it like not acronymed in theirs.
Down to smoke a bud?
Down to smoke a bowl.
Oh.
No way.
Damn, I was close.
You were real close, Reeb.
That's
I'm proud of
amazing.
you.
I don't know where that came from.
D-stab.
But, I mean, I guess everybody does that in a sense. Sorry.
Smokes a bowl?
No, yeah, everybody that's ever lived has smoked one bowl. Am I right?
Everybody smoke bowl.
No, yikes. No, I think everybody probably takes something that, from an outsider's perspective, like, isn't something that they would make a huge part of their life and, like, you know, wear their interests on their sleeves. But I'm sure I do it with like creating in music and stuff, and people are like, shut the fuck up about it. We get it. You make things. But I guess those are just peculiar to me. But yeah, the other Tinder bio that I loved was 420 friendly. No judgments. Smoke that weed.
Yeah. I think that more often than anything on Tinder, I got asked about weed, which
really?
made I think fueled why I think weed is so funny.
Man,
it's an integral part of everyone's lives.
Hey,
man.
Can I tell a weed story? Actually, I just thought of like a weed story that I have.
Dude, go for it.
So
the first one of the show.
No, because I like anyone that knows me personally, I'm straight edge. I've never drank, smoked. I don't have any desire to. And this happened when we were living in Pullman. So when I was 19 and 20, and I was working over in Moscow, at an Office Depot, which was just a couple minutes, like 7 minutes away. It's technically in Idaho, but I was working at an Office Depot, and like, you know, the people that worked there were cool. I wish I could remember this guy's name, because I had no problems with him. He was a nice guy. We talked. It was fun working with him. But he was a frat dude. He was into partying and stuff. And one day I'm in the back room on my break, just relaxing, drinking some water or whatever. And he comes in, and I think this might have been related to him asking me if I wanted to he had asked me if I wanted to go out with him or go to a party or something before. And that's not really my thing. I was just like, when someone asks you something you don't want to do, it's like, oh yeah, totally, cool. You just don't do it. So it was something. Right. It was something like that. But no, he just kind of he's like looking through the fridge or whatever, and he just kind of stops for a second and just kind of stares at me, and then a couple of seconds later is like, "You're like a huge pothead, aren't you?" And I think it might have been related to, at the time, I don't know. I think he probably just misinterpreted parts of my personality. I'm kind of maybe I can get kind of spacey, and I'm weird and quiet. So maybe that contributed to his this assumption. And so I just kind of look at him like, no. He's like, come on, dude. You're you show up high, don't you? You smoke a lot. And I'm like, dog, no, I've never smoked in my life. But apparently that was hard for him to believe. And then he's like, oh, I know you, dude. I know you smoke. I've only known this guy for a couple weeks. And apparently he knows me.
His weed radar is fucking.
I believe he meant the weedar.
Oh my God.
Weed,
I mean, he was
weed.
I mean, just going off. I mean, he was in a frat, so I'm guessing he was just used to everybody.
That's how you interact with human beings. Yeah.
It's just that's a standard approach in a frat. No, but no, I'm just he was around that probably more than I was, so maybe he was just used to everybody doing it or something. So.
Oh, for sure.
But no, that was really funny. But that's not the first time it's happened. So I don't really know what you can do. It's not like I wasn't offended.
Just flash him your tat and be like, back off, motherfucker.
I'm not offended by it, but it's just it's just interesting that someone reaches that conclusion, I guess.
It's a good bonding moment.
Yeah,
maybe that's what they're hoping for.
No, it is definitely. And I guess that's what the appeal is to anybody that going back to that making these little things a huge part of the personality. It's just like, well, I want to do this I'm going to put this out there just so I can bond with someone. I can connect with someone on maybe a superficial level at first and then get to know you. Because I feel like that's like an entryway level of connecting with someone, right?
I mean, you definitely have like deeper conversations with people when you're high.
That's a good point. That's a
like
good point.
Very spacey kind of, I don't know. Smoke weed.
Smoke weed.
Weed. Existential weed.
Weed.
So,
well, yeah, I mean,
dude, to anybody that's made it this far in the podcast, I don't know why you're listening. I hope maybe you
thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. You're our number one fan.
Yeah, I hope maybe anybody that's listening to this smoked a bowl before, so maybe they're a little bit more tolerant, and this bad conversation is funny to them.
Oh man, so are we calling it? We cutting the cord?
I mean, we can do a quick little recap of things we've been up to. I know we mentioned we do that early in the podcast.
Oh yeah. I'm growing a lot of plants. Too many actually. I think I'm gonna have to get rid of a good.
Yeah, specify what kind of plant, Ryan.
Weed only. No. I'm growing a lot of vegetables right now with my roommates. So like I said, I think I've said before. We're growing like jalapenos, habaneros, onions, Brussels sprouts, watermelon, tomatoes, cucumbers, just a lot of stuff. We have like over 40 plants going on right now.
Van is hitting that imaginary bomb a lot.
Yeah.
And Ryan, how do you feel about now that you've kind of started this new hobby and you're doing it? Like, how do you feel about it in the grand scheme of things? Like, is it a good way
I
to
love it.
Express yourself, or not express yourself, but to like put your time and energy into something? Like,
yeah, no, it's very relaxing. It's funny because I will go out because we have an ante room in our house, and so we're using that ante room as like our greenhouse artificially. Once we get past the final frost, then we'll start planting everything outside. And like I'll be in that room at like midnight on some nights, and I'll think back to your dad, Steven, and like when he would stay outside like at night tending to his like tomato plants and all this and that. And I'm just like, I understand now.
Yeah.
Like this is what being an adult is like, and this is dope.
yeah,
Dude, I'm excited to eat those Brussels sprouts, dude.
There's just something very relaxing about, like, I don't know. It's such a weird thing to experience, I guess, just like going into this place and you're like, I am growing all of these, like all of this for people to eat later.
Yeah.
And like you have to take care of it. And I don't know. It's really nice.
Well, I think, and gosh, I hate to keep going back to this, but I mean, I feel like I gave him a little bit too hard of a time. But, the people that love being outside, it's like I get it because it's like it's an appreciation of nature and being outside and, disconnecting from our very connected sense of lifestyle in modern day with social media and stuff. Right. So I don't know. I can definitely imagine that appeal of like, taking your time to be outside and, seeing your work too. It's like, it's like with anything, like painting or whatever, after you put all this time into it and you see the result, that's a good feeling. So I feel like that's definitely where I could see why gardening would be so relaxing and, fun to do.
Yeah, like I'll put on some music sometimes in the ante room and I'll just kind of sit there and hang out, just it's very meditative in a sense, just being able to go in there and like see all the work that you're putting into it is paying off in that sense.
Man, you gotta.
But then too, just seeing how things are changing. Like every morning before I even like get breakfast, I will go down and look at the plants and see what's changed and all this and that.
Yeah, that's dope.
I don't know. It's becoming a very much like a daily ritual kind of thing.
You got to play some music for your plants. There's this great record. There's this really, oh man, I wish I remember the exact story, but there's this composer. His name was Mort Garson. And he
best great name of all time.
He made like really experimental and innovative like electronic music like in the 70s. I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he sold this record. I forget what it's called, like it's like music for your plants. And like
Yep.
he made like this really, it's great, like it's amazing. It's like really good music.
Very spacey, yeah.
Yeah, and like I believe they sold it. I feel like I remember reading an article where they sold it at Macy's, but or something like that. A really like interesting place to sell this record. But now it's like any record collector, like specifically with like hip hop, because I know it's been sampled. It like people really want to get their hands on it, like the original pressings, because they're so hard to find and they're really expensive. But you can look it up on YouTube. But you got to play some music for your plants and see if that has any effect on them.
Oh, absolutely. I want to take care of those guys.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's what I've been doing for the past week. I got a couple of elected positions going on for the school. Yeah, thanks.
That's that boy.
Woo!
Thank you. So I'm definitely trying to stack more on my plate, which is going to bring on more stress, of course, but
Yeah.
it'll make me busier.
Definitely.
So maybe less time to be stressed.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I feel that.
Sometimes stress just comes because you have nothing to do and you're just sitting there. And then you think too
Wow,
much.
that's a really good point, man. Because it's like I feel that a lot when like I mean I'm constantly working on things, music or creatively, but like if I feel that if I'm not, I like one of my favorite sayings is just like put your head down and do the work. You know what I mean? Like to achieve success
Right.
is just like you really got to commit and just whatever you're passionate about, you just got to do it. But like, yeah, if I take a break, and it's good to take a break for your own mental health of just like if you're pushing yourself too hard at one thing. But yeah, no, you
Right.
can definitely get this weird sense of like dread if you're not working on something.
Yeah, because you're like, I'm wasting all this time when I could
Yeah.
be doing something like important.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy. No, I definitely feel that. I mean, I'm not doing any elected official things for school like you, so I can't imagine that. Definitely a different level of stress, but like I've been.
Well, I'm excited about that position because
Mhm.
I'll be able to take some of my creativity and apply it to curricular stuff. So
Right.
That was why I
it'll
was
be
really
a
excited
different
when you told me
experience.
about it.
Yeah, like because I'm going to be creating a couple of like new information boards to like educate the community and like students on like how to educate the community. So I'm going to like get to work with like do some woodworking to create these boards. I'll get to do some more electronics, trying to make it all flashy to basically draw in as many people as possible. Like I got to be as creative as I want with the freedom and actually make an impact on the community as well, which is going to be cool.
That's amazing. That's all you can ask for as like as a creative is like
Yeah.
to find your I don't know, the thing you want to do, and then for it to have an impact. Like that's all you can ask for. So that's awesome, man.
Yeah. No, I'm very excited. But anyways, that's basically what I've been up to.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
Vin?
I haven't been up to like a whole lot lately. I'm gonna be working on like another like art project for work here soon.
Oh, cool.
And then I went to a concert the other night for a band called Local Natives. It was a good time. They're a good band if you haven't listened to them before. They're an indie band, but got some good stuff. But I mean that's really all I've been up to. I haven't been doing a whole lot. I'm getting ready
You've
to
been enjoying life.
Yeah, well yeah, I'm getting ready to move soon and
Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Yo.
no, I mean I'm getting over a cold at the same time, which was hilarious. I could barely speak the day that we went to the concert, and I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna yell at the concert." So I just like
It's not
just destroyed my voice.
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean just a lot of stuff going on with work, and yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
Dope.
What about you, Steven?
Well, I'm trying to think. Since the last podcast, I released No Hero Volume 5. Released that
It's a
project.
banger and a half.
Thank you. Yeah, that's been nice. I think that's been the best received and like it's done the best out of all of my releases so far. So that's been cool.
Which I mean, that's the trend you want to see.
Yeah. Everything's done better than the last. So, so that's been cool. What else? So
Like, go listen to No Hero Volume 1 and then listen to Volume 5, and you'll be, like, flabbergasted at the differences.
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Progressed.
And it's interesting, too, because, like, I feel like with a lot of those, like, because each, I mean, project has its own tone, but essentially, like, with that sort of sound, like, that I kind of went into on, like, well, my first like my EP, the Gemini's EP, which is like basically demos that I did in high school, and then like Volume 5. Even though I mean Volume 5 I recorded last year, but basically like while I was living in Spokane, but like that was essentially like the idea of that was like going back and revisiting the sort of like approach to the music that I had when I was like 18. You know, like 3 years later. So that was fun to do, just to like see, because I mean, there's definitely an improvement all around. So, so yeah, that was fun to do. But man, other than that, celebrated a birthday. Since then,
Yep.
another year older, another year wiser. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, still go to school, get an education, living each and every day like a mini vacation.
Ooh, was that Aaron Carter?
Month after month, jam after jam.
Chilling as a chariot.
Beautiful. But no, other than that, I've been, I don't know, I got a lot going on right now, music-wise.
That's good.
Planning a lot of releases, doing just kind of, you know, trying to legitimize the whole thing and get more going, and you know, we got some things lined up, so it's, you know, it's all good, and I'm excited about this next year, all the things, you know, we got you know, ahead. It's gonna be cool.
Dude, I'm excited.
I'm very excited.
I'm so excited.
Other than that, I think the one thing I want to focus on now that I have well, I mean, I am pretty swamped, but I see, so I'll have a little bit of free time here in the future, is working on getting, because I mean, to anybody that's like wondering about the state of this channel or like what we're trying to do with it, like we do want to get more like variety content and weekly sort of things up. You know,
Oh yeah.
it's just been, you know, it's a slow process, especially because we all live in different areas. So to kind of coordinate and get things done is a little, you know, it can be a little difficult because everybody's on very different schedules.
Well, it's exciting now because I'm almost done with school for the year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna have a ton of time.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Like, I want to take a screenshot of what my calendar looks like right now, and then for May, and it's just empty.
Yeah.
And it feels really,
So
really good.
yeah, people can expect that, because like I know personally, I'm not going to say what yet, but I have a weekly series that I want to do by myself, and then yeah, there's a thing. I'll have to send you guys this. I haven't even talked to you guys about this, but like the thing that we've talked about, you know, the follow up to A Piece of Cake.
Oh yeah.
I have most of that written, at least this arc that I have, which is actually, I don't know how we're gonna frame it, if it's gonna be like a short film, because it, like, I have a lot written and like a lot of things I want to do with it. So
Steven's got a full feature.
I'm excited. Well, that, and now we have to do the comedy short of Getting Lost.
yeah.
Maybe that's what we'll call it, Get Lost.
Oh man,
Get lost.
get lost. That's pretty good. But yeah, so people can expect more video things in the future, and like music videos and stuff that we're gonna be shooting
Hell
here
yeah.
in the soon, because I'm not gonna give away too much, but normally I release about 1 or 2 EPs a year, but there's gonna be a lot more for me than that this year, so be on the
Hell yeah,
lookout.
pimp.
Yeah, in the coming months, actually. So if you're looking forward to that, appreciate you, and yeah.
That'll be dope.
Yeah. And just to remind them all, where can they find that stuff, Steven?
Oh, always, we can link it down below. I need to actually, man, what is the best way? I have all my music on stounson.bandcamp.com. I think that's probably the most cohesive way, or just Stounson on SoundCloud. But I always post. We're gonna do I need to do a relaunch of my website and kind of get it all. I want to redo it. But Stounson.com is up there, and every time I post something new, it's on the front page, so you can check it out there. But I'm all over the web, bitch.
Hell yeah.
Come find me.
Now, I want that to be the quote on your new webpage.
I think that was a direct quote of Spider-Man, was it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Spider-Man's really jumped the shark in this new movie.
Yeah. Real edgy.
This is either our best or our worst podcast. Yeah.
Let us know down in the comments, guys. If you made it this far, drop a smoke weed and or a giddy up in the comment section.
Absolutely.
Giddy smoke.
Yeah.
Giddy smoke up.
Smoke up. Yeah, I like
Smoke
smoke up.
Yeah.
All right.
Toke up.
Toke up.
Get toke.
All right, so hopefully this episode will be airing on 420. So
We.
I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for sticking around this long. Thanks for listening, showing your appreciation,
Yeah, dude.
supporting.
We appreciate you.
We love you.
I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna miss you.
Yep. And I think that's going to be the end of the show, guys.
Peace and love. Giddy up.